Okay, it is 1 month and 1 week update of the 20-gallon dirted tank. As you can see, first off the bat, I did rearrange and the water is clearer than it has been in a while. It still has, it's still brown, but it's not nearly as bad as what it has been. Those are the 3 betas, my lovely sorority. Please excuse this one's tail. She got caught under an ornament in the older tank, and when I used some Melifix to, same with this one here, I used Melifix to try and heal them up, and their fins melted. So this is why we don't use Melifix, period. Hi Aurora, this is Aurora, my cat, one of them. The other fish is actually right here. They're out and about today, in the cave-ish. Like if you look right here, that's the bristlenose. It's a couple years old. It seems to really enjoy the tank. I never realized it liked to burrow until I put it in this tank, and now it has dug out quite a bit. I've actually filled it in a little bit, trying to cap off more of the dirt. I'm gonna zoom in here. Well, not zoom in, but okay, so let's see if I can do this without making it look weird. This really dark black, that's sand from my old tank, and then this almost fluffy brown substance that's all over the plants and then kind of in the background. That's the actual potting soil that has been kicked up by the plants. The fish, sorry. And then if you look like right here, I'm having issues with it coating the plants. All the plants do have dirt. Like here I have a clump of grass. It's not going to focus in on it very well. Oh, there we go. It has dirt. I wasn't having this problem until after I put the fish in. So, fun fact, if you have a fish that burrows, like those who will remain nameless, put a really, really thick cap of sand or gravel, whichever it likes to burrow in, because it will kick up so much dirt. That's actually part of the reason why I moved all these plants over this way a little bit, because these were against the back glass. This driftwood was over there somewhere, and I moved it there kind of in hopes to knock the dirt with the filter off. It's vaguely working. I guess I'll see how long that will work. I'm probably going to get a better filter on this at some point as well, and also some shrimp, and see if maybe having shrimp kind of pick through and poop out detritus might help kind of cement down some of the dirt. Oh gosh, your tail looks so sad. Yeah, she was real pretty. I mean, she's still really pretty. She just kind of melted her fins off with Melifix, which was more my fault than anyone else's. But yeah, so that's the update. As you can see, I actually, with this rock here, don't know how well it's coming out, but there's actually a little cave under there that certain fish that shall remain nameless has actually like kicked out. So I took a bunch of dirt, sand, and gravel from my older aquarium and kind of spread it around, hoping to kind of trap dirt under it, and it didn't work. Not at all. Maybe a little bit, but fresh cap out, cap off, I guess would be a better. I think one of these days, after like the fish kind of pass away and whatnot, I'm going to remove well, some of the plants and redo the substrate, just because I'm not happy with it. I'm kind of hoping once everything grows in, it'll be better. overall, with this dirted tank, there's a bunch of things that I would not do given the choice. My first mistake is I put in the soil unsifted and dry. I think that really didn't help my case at all. If I had sifted out and gotten all the wood chips out, I think that would have helped a lot, as well as rinsing it really well. I did not do that. I normally do that with my substrates. I normally do it with my sand and the gravel that I've used. I don't know why I didn't do it with the potting soil, and I do really regret doing that, because I think the weird oil slick that I had on the surface of the water without the filter was caused by the potting soil. The other regret that I do have is having a fish that apparently likes to burrow that I wasn't aware it wanted to burrow. Like I said in my previous video, sorry, that was just a really weird burp. In my 10-gallon tank, it never attempted to burrow. It never kicked out dirt, it never tried. So that kind of came as a surprise, and it just dirt everywhere. I now, the entire time I've had this, I've had perlite. That's the other reason why I really wish I had sifted this and not kind of bleh halfway through, is because the perlite just floats to the top of the glass, or to the top of the water, and it sticks to the glass, and I'm pretty sure it's gone into my filter, which I really didn't want that to do, because one of the things I was really planning on this is having it was super low tech. It wasn't going to have a filter at all. It was going to have duckweed on the top to help with the disgusting tea look, and that just didn't happen. Other than that, and I really wish I hadn't wasted my money on duckweed. It was, what, $6 for 100 count or 500 count, something like that. That part I didn't mind as much. I had to toss it all out because it was gumming up the filter. It was hard to corral, and every time I did get it into a little corral, because you can use like just the drinking straws and just kind of pop them together, and you make a little corral of moving around duckweed. Well, it still didn't really work with a filter that well, and it was still getting a really, really concerning oil slick, so I just kind of went, no, we're not doing that. I think I would have topped it with sand, given the choice. I think I would have done the area right under the filter with large rocks and sand, and then rocks and gravel, and then the rest of it just have a really good thick cap of a dark sand. And I think the next time if I do this, because the plants have rooted really well. Like some of them, I can't move them, because if I move them, I'm gonna pull tons of dirt out. I just know it. I think next time if I do this again, when I have money and all that, I think one of the things I'm going to do is, again, I'm gonna sift out the soil, I'm gonna rinse it really well, but I'm gonna get it in there, I'm going to put some water in it, and I'm gonna let it sit for a couple of days, just wet soil, and then I'm gonna like kind of stir it up, because one of the things that I can do with this one now, and I noticed it earlier when I was kind of reorganizing, is if I press down on the soil, air bubbles are coming up. And that is very concerning to me, because if there's air bubbles underneath your gravel, generally what it means is that there's something rotting under there that does not need to be, and it's creating gas pockets that can impact the health of your fish. And I really don't want it to impact the health of my fish, but I don't have a place to reset up the 10-gallon and put them back in it and get this kind of mixed up. Honestly, when I have the time and money to get one set up, I think one of the things I might do is actually pull the fish out. Oh, sorry, I can hear my cat scratching at something. It was his cat post. But I'll pull the fish out, kind of set them aside for a little bit, scoop out most of the substrate, mix what I have kind of around to get all the air bubbles out, and then recap it with just a good 2 inches of sand. I don't think I capped it well enough this time around because I was concerned about having too much substrate and it just being really, really heavy. Because like when I bought the gravel that you saw in the very first video, it was a 5-pound bag, and I didn't want to put, 20-30 pounds of gravel in a glass fish tank. But now I've kind of I've done it now once. I'm learning kind of from that mistake. Next time, less potting soil probably. A little bit better of a start off as far as getting all the air bubbles and wood chips and bullshit out of the soil before I put it in the tank. And then I'll mess with like the substrate, and hopefully next time it will not go out. It will not go out. Hopefully it won't go the way this one's going. I'm hoping after some TLC and a few more months of vacuuming out dirt particles and perlite and getting some more plants, I might see if I can't get a ground cover type thing on the side where all this dirt's going, and see if I can't get that to just kind of be held down. Because again, this tank is only a month old, so it's entirely possible that once the plants really grow in, I'll have a very nice clean looking aquarium with the dirt doesn't look like it's going apeshit everywhere. But I guess we'll see. Thanks for watching. Bye.